G'day guys and welcome back. You know him, you hate him. Today we look once again at Hans Wormhot. This is almost a throwback to a recent video I did about fake animals and other such nonsense. But Hunter's grasp on reality is tenuous at best, so you just know his argument is going to be, oh, so well thought out and comprehensible. Buckle up, folks. Enjoy.
Hans Wormhot. I just want to show this clip from a children's show.
Well, it is good to see where good old Hansi gets all of his information from now, isn't it?
And also another clip that somebody sent to me. Gorillas are a huge deception. Just the great apes are all fursuits, and they're actors in fursuits. Check this out.
Oh, you thought this was going to be at least a little bit sane? This is Hans Wormhot we're dealing with here. Strap in, folks.
Hello? Jonathan, this is not a good time. Angelica's having a bad meeting. Mrs. Pickles? What do you mean they won't let us have the gorilla? Of course we'd take good care of it. You're getting a gorilla? I lived with them in Africa for 3 years.
So we got the unnecessary three too,
Having
but
a bad meeting.
you saw the hand signs, right?
Numbers, hand signals, people in fursuits. Damn, this video has a little bit of everything. We're not even a minute in yet.
There were
Mrs.
two hand signs.
Pickles? What do you mean they won't let us have the gorilla? Of course we...
Right when they say gorilla, look at those hand signs, the triad claw.
Well, no. That's just the natural position for hands to be in. It's very well done considering, it's a goddamn cartoon.
We'd take good care of it. You're getting a gorilla? I lived with them in Africa.
And then, of course, the devil horns, when this person is saying that they lived with the gorillas in Africa for 3 years. They hold double devil horns up.
Wow, you really do grab hold of anything you can to support your wacky ideas.
And cartoons are just a huge example of people throwing hand signs left and right, and especially back in the day when cartoons had to be drawn by hand.
As opposed to now, when they're drawn by hand. And no, they weren't full of hand signs. They were full of in-jokes and subtler jokes that parents would understand, but their children wouldn't, since most parents would watch the show with their children.
And each frame, they would actually draw it. Well, they spent a lot of time focusing on what the hands of these characters would do. And I think this is part of how people learn what the different signs mean. I think that it's a big thing when you're talking about a satanic deception, throwing up your devil horns.
Well, it's not a very good deception considering how few Satan worshippers there are compared to how many people actually watched Rugrats back in the day. I, for one, enjoyed Rugrats, and I am yet to offer any sacrifice to our to Satan.
And I've seen people do this in day-to-day stuff. For example, my brother will be reciting some story, and I look at his hands, and they're positioned showing off devil horns. And it's like, why are you holding your hands like that as you tell a story?
Oh, he must be possessed. Burn him at the stake.
I mean, at that point, I just stop listening to them and whatever. But yeah, you're surrounded by people that speak with their hand signs.
Or it could be, now just hear me out here, it could just be that the hand naturally moves into those positions while talking. I don't do it as I've damaged my hands in the past, but my middle finger and ring fingers do curl downwards naturally.
And it's talking about gorillas. Now, somebody sent me this, and it's because how silly they look. You can tell that they're actors in fursuits.
I can't even tell what I'm looking at here. You're better off showing the video before laughing at what's about to happen.
When you know the secret, it's like knowing the magician's secret. It's more obvious. Oh my gosh. That's a bad one.
That's sped up with stupid noises added in. Here's a similar clip.
No, it's not Bigfoot. just a gorilla who likes to keep his hands clean. Lewis lives at the Philadelphia Zoo, where staff members say he prefers walking around on only 2 legs.
There are other clips showing gorillas walking around on 2 legs, but this was the most similar. It's not all that uncommon for gorillas or other primates to walk around on 2 legs.
Okay, those noises were pretty annoying, but I'll play it one more time. Okay, and very well trained because they're actors inside of fursuits. They have that little entrance door, exit door that they're always going to be coming in and out of at the right time, and they never try to escape.
If they're simply actors wearing fursuits, then why was a gorilla at Cincinnati Zoo shot and killed after a 3-year-old climbed into its enclosure? I won't be showing any clips of the incident, but I think you all know of what I speak. This is not the only incident to happen either.
And they're always putting on a show because they're actors. Tourism, our prized tourism gem, the gorillas. I liked this. Have since March been reproducing as if they have a timeline to adhere to. Yeah, they do have timelines to adhere to. These are just fursuits.
I would love for you to leave your house and actually go and see these creatures. Maybe climb in and try to remove said fursuit.
And the babies are just really realistic looking puppets. Little, you know, those baby dolls that they sell that are really realistic looking, and they'll even go out of their way to put heating elements and a little breathing mechanism into these lifelike baby dolls.
I don't even think Stan Winston could have created an ultra-realistic looking gorilla baby. How do we know this? Well, he tried to for the 1995 film Congo, using both CGI and practical effects. Any actors dressed in suits had to spend hours upon hours in the makeup chair for only a few seconds or minutes of screen time. And even then, you could still tell that they weren't real animals.
It's the same thing with the baby gorillas. It's just a lifelike little animatronic doll that they mostly just attach. They're just physically attached to the fursuit.
I honestly don't know anyone who can be so foolish as to think that all primates in zoos are simply people in fursuits. It reminds me of the other video I did in regards to fake animals. If I remember, I'll link to it below and add a card.
Anyways, what I want to talk about here is how their fake animals, their media sensation animals, will always be present in the media around these hoaxes. I always refer back to the Australian wildfires.
Look, guys, I'll be honest with you here. I was going to end the video after that last little bit, but then I continued to watch. Now it's personal. There may be strong language ahead.
If you paid attention to the media, you would think that the only animal that's being affected by the wildfires are the koalas. It's like, do any other animals live in Australia besides the koala that's supposed to be endangered?
The koalas were most affected since the fires were in the region where they are most populated. They also live in trees which are really good at burning. Other animals were affected. Nearly 3 billion, that's with a B, were killed or displaced by the fires. The koala is easily recognisable to the rest of the world, but other creatures like wombats, wallabies, kangaroos and echidnas were also affected, not to mention the billions of reptiles, birds and frogs.
I mean, I'm sure that's why they would tell you, oh, well, that's the media story because they're this endangered animal. But you never see stories about talking about how the fires are killing all the squirrels or whatever. I'm not familiar with Australian wildlife.
No, we don't have squirrels here. And you're not familiar with anything other than retarded conspiracies. We were well informed of what was happening here, but since it was happening here, why would any news report on anything other than look at the cute animals burning? Next time, do some fucking research before throwing out this sort of bullshit. This time I am done with this video. Fuck you, Hans. Fuck you to the core of the local star.
Because all we get is the BS. All they talk about is koalas.
Ugh. Apologies for that one, folks. I can't stand it when people don't do the slightest bit of research into a topic and claim to know it all. This was only about 4 minutes of a 12-minute video. Feel free to watch the rest, link below. If you do, let me know if there was anything interesting I missed. I doubt it though. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this trip into the mind of Hans Wormhot. I didn't. As always, a special thanks to Purple Haze and Pyramid Head for their support over on Patreon, as well as to my other Patreon supporters. To you dear viewer, I would ask that you please do leave a like, a comment and share this video to help the channel grow. Until next time friends, remember, don't be a dick. Like Hans. Fucking wanker.